Darryl, 9 games undefeated now. I mean, are you running out of things to say in the dressing room after the game?
Listen, I hope you're saying this for the next 46, 50 games that I'm managing, to be honest. No, really chuffed for the players again. You know, a real hot day out there. The energy, the commitment again. And the pleasing thing for that is that we haven't got a goal down in that run. And I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that reaction, you know, where everything's going well for you. Players are getting the deserved pats on the backs. Everyone's getting pats on the backs. Everyone's getting carried away, which they shouldn't anyway. But then to react when someone hits you like that, to come back and win the game was the most pleasing aspect for me today, to be honest with you. Because successful teams come back in games, and I don't think we as a club have done that very well this season.
The clean sheet record's there, obviously that's not there, but the most important statistic from the game is that you've won it.
It's the W, isn't it? It's always going to be the W, isn't it? You know, you get 46 clean sheets in the season, you get relegated, don't you? So it'd have been nice to get that. I think my defence has deserved that. The team, sorry, not defending as a team, should I say, should deserve that, but we weren't to be. But the reaction was superb. So,
given what you just said there about coming from a goal down, have you learned a little bit more about your team today?
I've been mentioning it the last 4 or 5 games, to be honest with you, of how we're going to react when that happens, because it can happen, and it's not me being negative towards the boys. It's a fact of the matter, it's football, and you need to come from behind in games, and we've done that today. So just preparing the mindset for that to happen, and make sure we have that reaction. And you're not always going to react to win the game after going a goal down, because the stats will tell you it's very difficult, but you can show that commitment and mental strength to be able to come back and win the game like we fortunately did today.
You made a few changes. Is that because some personnel not available to you?
Yeah, there's a few slight knocks, few injuries. To be fair, that's the only 18 that was fit today, to be honest with you. So, but these things happen. Another opportunity. Thought Danny Whitehead did great for 60 minutes. Fantastic. Players have come in. I've changed things back from Tuesday night, and the common denominator has been we're still winning games, which is great.
Theo Robinson's been an interesting story this season, hasn't it? Sort of out in the cold to nearly covering every blade of grass for you today.
I don't put my players out in the cold, I've never done that as a manager, and I never will do that as a manager. Yes, managers will always have different players to pick, but the door's always open, the line of communication's always open. Players are going to be frustrated not to play. I get that, but I'm not a believer in closing doors on players. You assess players when they're out of contract, and you're assessing players every day within the contract, and you assess them when they're out of contract. Until then, they're all my players. When I came into the football club, they're my players. I think some people go into football clubs and blame everything, and this ain't going right. I don't think I blame that after the 7 when I didn't win in 7. I didn't come out and say we're not. I mentioned about the quality, but I didn't mention about the commitment and effort was outstanding. So I don't forget that. And nobody was thrown on the bus. There weren't a manager sat here, stood here going, these players aren't, I've got to get rid of this, got to get rid of this. I just kept believing in the players and believing in the process, and the lads have rewarded me that with the wins.
Yeah, they have responded to you with that confidence, and we've talked about that before. How quickly did you see that change in Theo Robinson?
Since the day I came in the door, my first conversation with him, I think Theo will tell you that. At the end of the day, it was just a clean slate. Nothing was getting judged on it. I wasn't interested in what people had to say. He's not very good, he's not very good, he's rubbish, he's not very good. You've got to put all that aside, because League 2, League 1 footballers, they have cycles, don't they? They have cycles where they're in form and out of form. And I look at it as if they have a 12-13 season span. You're trying to get them in them 3-4 seasons where they have that very, very good season, because that's why they're lower league players. And you don't give up on players. I never will.
I can't not talk about Tom Conlon again. I know he got the headlines on Tuesday, but he scored again for you today, and double figures for him for the season.
Yeah, no, it's great. Attacking midfielder, captain, leading by example. Tom will be the first to tell you. And I've just had a conversation there with my squad of players after. There's no I in team. It's togetherness. It's people coming off the bench to make that impact. The lads that are not in there to be that positive energy in the changing rooms, not energy zappers, not the ones that are soaking out all the atmosphere of what good is this football club. So long may that sort of continue.
I'm sure you're excited for next season. The fans will be, given the run you're on.
Can I have a breather first? It's been very draining. I am excited.
I was going to say, I bet you hope that the season was extended by another 5 games the way you're going.
Yes, no, I guarantee that. But I think to be on 60 points from when I came in, the plaudits go to my players all the time. The players have been absolutely outstanding with that. So hopefully we can finish the last 2 games on a high.